Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast. One of my favorite things that Jodi does, we'd mentioned that, last weekend was like kind of a party weekend, and Jodi did a lot of party prep for that, organizing, putting together, the charcuterie board and making the house look right and making sure that like there's treats in every corner and all the things that you do that are fun for guests.
And you got ice.
My responsibility was ice, and I did a pretty good job of that.
Look, that's not your gift in this life. You have other gifts. You need a computer fixed, you call Murphy. You need to troubleshoot some technical issue, you call Murphy. If you want to throw a party where nothing is forgotten, you call me.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
It's like everybody has gifts.
Yep.
I'm lucky for this.
You're very talented at it. I do have a suggestion, though, that popped up out of the blue. And this is not a negative.
Wait, everybody, this is actually Murphy's gift.
Right.
Murphy's gift is making suggestions on what he has nothing to do with.
Well, but
what's great about it is he held off 4 days.
This incorporates something that I think Sam gave you as part of the gift for the charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool set, by the way. I'd forgotten you had given Jodi that, and
so had he.
And after the party, when you put it all back in the drawer, it's like, wow, that's a lot of pieces. I mean, it's anything you could possibly want.
Instead of I put it in its own tray. So in the utensils drawer, spoons, knives, all the things. But now there's a one little section container of just my charcuterie utensils.
Yeah,
and there's more than that. Those are the ones I hand washed and used.
Okay.
There's stuff I haven't even used yet from Sam's set.
Well,
more honey drippers and little spoons and
flags
cocktail forks and the flags that you can write Parmesan Reggiano and stick it in the cheese so people know what they're eating.
Well, and that's where I'm going with this, because the flags weren't in the food.
No.
But the thing is, this was such an elaborate board because you have this really cool big tray that you use, and if you haven't seen the pictures of it, it's on our socials on Facebook and Instagram. You lay it out very well. It's a lot of stuff, and you have an order to everything. Most things are self-explanatory. I do think you should start using the flags only for some things.
Yeah, I know.
Because I do think that,
what's this? We get those questions.
Well, it's when something is not expected. You know how when you put something in your mouth, it looks one way and it turns out to be something else, then it throws you off. And that's what happened when our friend Steve started grabbing some of the almonds. There's just a little innocent pile of almonds sitting there.
Right.
And, he's like, whoa, those are hot. I'm like, Jodi doesn't buy hot almonds. And then it occurred to me, oh, yeah. Wasabi, which is...
Oh, yeah.
They're delicious.
I love them. They're really my favorites. It's the whole Blue Diamond thing.
I think they're wasabi and soy. It's one of their top sellers, and it's so flavorful.
Yep.
Throw those on a salad, but honestly, I didn't plan to put those on the board, but I had a little space that I wanted to fill.
Right.
I like every inch of the board to be full, and so I just put them there.
So it's a suggestion, but it's as much of a question as anything else because I don't know. Pepperoni is pretty much pepperoni unless it's spicy pepperoni and salami and stuff like that. Swiss cheese, pretty obvious with the holes in Swiss cheese. But if you're doing wasabi almonds that you don't know it's spicy or sweet, or I guess really spicy more is probably the warning thing. Or like if somebody is not a goat cheese fan for some reason, but they can't tell it's goat cheese. Should you label things that are specialized? That's my question.
Yes. Are you kidding me? How many people asked me what kind of cheese was the big one that was crumbled in the middle of the board?
Yeah.
And Parmesan Reggiano. And my uncle texted me because I had the next day when they came over, I had a small cheese board out.
What was left?
Yeah. Yes. Honestly, I use we use what we buy.
Yeah.
So please send me the name of that cheese. He's going to find out how expensive it is soon if he's going to be shopping for it. But I just sent it to him.
Yeah.
Parmesan Reggiano. I think I will use the flags going forward for certain things. Someone had asked me at the party Saturday night with your friends what the green stuff was, and it was pesto. It had a little spoon in the pesto.
Oh, okay.
I like that on crackers, which is why I put it on the board, and for color.
I didn't see the pesto.
Oh, it was there. Definitely was there.
I was all about the Reggiano Parmesan.
I do have another suggestion for you.
Okay.
No,
you too, huh?
No, because Murphy's mentioning almonds. You can't stick a flag in almonds.
You can't.
Right.
I use this thing for my my stockings at Christmas.
It's stand-up?
It's like the little stands that you put in front of place settings that you're having a dinner party.
Got some of those.
It's got a little curly Q on it that you can slip a piece of paper in.
Yeah, I would
that way
need
it can
that.
stand on its own.
Right, because I can't put that in pesto either.
Right. It's like 4 inches tall.
I need some of those.
Slip it in, and you can throw it away when it's
done. You can always give me those for Christmas if you want.
Oh, that's cool.
Suggestion, man.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's a cool idea.
You guys are right. I normally don't like a lot of. That
just makes it look like you put more effort into it. Doesn't it?
I mean, they look fancy on my mantelpiece.
I would do it. I would be willing to put names and flags on a few things on a board. But to me, the beauty of a board is food is beautiful.
Yeah.
People compliment the boards as if I did something special. And I know that maybe it's Phoebe told me. She said, you have an artistic eye already, which is why they're so pretty. Because I do care about how things look on them. But I've never been trained on how to do this. In fact, someone asked on our Facebook page, would you please do a video of how you do? Like even a time sped up video of me doing a board. Murphy, that can be a project. You can shoot it if you want to. Okay. But I don't really have an order. I do start with the bowls. I put bowls out first so that I have little bowls to grab. And then the first food to hit the tray is always cheese. And I space it out. There's one in the middle, usually at the top, and then there are 2 others spaced out, so that if people gather around the board, all the cheese is not in one section.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. The rest of it, I just fill in based on what I have, what color it is, because you don't want to put a bunch of green stuff in one section. You want green throughout.
Yeah.
This past time, I didn't even put tomatoes, so there was nothing red on the board, and that bothered me. You don't know that, but to my eye, it's like I need more color here.
You meant like those little cherry tomatoes?
Tomatoes.
Or, no, the smaller ones. What are those called?
Grape
The little
tomatoes?
grape size, yeah.
Whatever tomatoes you have. I also use to fill in what I happen to have. The wasabi almonds weren't intended to go on that board. They just did.
But they work.
At the last minute.
They're great.
Yeah.
I see. I don't know how. I mean, it's.
I don't want too many flags in
it.
Maybe
you don't have to put too many flags because you were just talking about the stuff that's obvious: the pepperoni, salami.
I'm not doing
Swiss
that.
cheese. They don't need it. Just
Right.
put it by the ones that need it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And you can still kind of spread that out so they're not lumped in the specialty section of the tray. You know,
Truly.
And
miscellaneous.
And you just said something that it occurred to me. This is different depending on how the party's laid out. You put the tray on the breakfast bar area in our kitchen, which is where everybody tends to gather. No matter what party or gathering we're having, people gather in the kitchen. It's just kind of that thing. Mm-hmm. So people can stand on 3 sides of it.
Yes.
And so you do want everything to be reachable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
like
got to think about everything.
I didn't think about that.
When we had a bigger party, which was Taylor's graduation party, our oldest daughter, when she graduated, she wanted she loves cheese. Mm-hmm. So that's where I had cheese boards all over the place and cheesecake. Mm-hmm. But there was a big board on the bar at the center of the kitchen where everybody stood around. But there was a cheese board on the sofa table. There was a cheese board in the other, in the family room. There were, and that's a smart idea too. In fact, I told your friend Randy and that whole group of friends, I mean, we have so many good places to sit. Please go sit in the dining room, make a plate and go sit in the dining room. And they wouldn't do it. So I'm thinking about, making smaller boards instead of just one big and just so that people naturally congregate in other areas. Yeah. The hostess creates the party, runs the party. Like if you want people hanging out here, you got to give them a reason to go there.
Yeah. Well, my friend group always hangs in the kitchen.
I know.
You notice that?
It's true.
My friend Randy's house, it's the little kitchen, their breakfast bar kind of island area. That's where everybody sits and hangs out. It's where the food is. It's where it's always where we have naturally gravitated to.
I'm going to tell you a story that you don't know from this party, which is so funny. I told everybody, because Murphy doesn't drink, bring whatever you want to drink. And Randy had texted back, I'll bring stuff to make margaritas because I know Jodi wants one. I was like, yes, I didn't want to ask, but yes, I do. Everybody rolled in with a bag of stuff. Yeah. Like some of them came in with ice chests. Yeah. We could have had a party. Yeah. Now, so we set Randy up on this little credenza we have in the kitchen, and that's where I intended for him to be. I had ice in an ice chest on the floor there. I had lemons and limes, whatever he wanted, but he brought everything. I had the glasses ready. And he started making margaritas. He made the first one for me. And then I went into the other room and was watching the game with Dana and Gina. And the guys were all gathered around the board going, what's this? Mm-hmm. Well, so anyway, I don't know, an hour later, 45 minutes later, I'm done with the margarita. I walk into the kitchen and I go, Randy, because he knows I want a second one. That's all. I'm a 2-drink girl. That's it. And so I get Randy, and I'm sitting there ready to wait. He went to the freezer. Did you watch this happen?
No, I didn't.
He went to the freezer, said, "You don't even have to wait." I handed him my empty glass. He had one ready for me.
Oh, I did.
That was a little bit frozen on the top.
Oh, wow.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the bartender.
Yeah, and that little area became its own little mini bar.
That was the bar area.
Yeah.
With water and Cokes and stuff, too.
Have you ever thought of, I know you were saying moving them to different spots in the house, like making it all just fruit in one spot of the house and then all just...
You can. I just haven't thought. I don't know.
I mean, I know you put everything
I like
on one
fruit
board.
on the board. I like fruit with the cheese because honestly, once you take a bite of cheese, it's really good to have a grape.
Yeah.
It cleans the palate.
Yeah, I saw that in Ratatouille.
Okay, yeah, well, it works just from our experience of, eating.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for your suggestion. Thank you for the flags to stick in the cheese. I haven't done that yet.
One other, compliment that I thought was really cool on that board is you mentioned the Parmesan Reggiano, which was a wedge, and you bought that at Costco. So if you bought that at another grocery store, it would probably
I think it would
really,
be more
really
expensive. Smaller piece for a high dollar.
But it looked great because of the way that you didn't, I don't know what you call it. You didn't plate it, you trade it, whatever. Because it crumbles, and
I
so
crumble it a little first
at the front part, and then the wedge was there just sort of. It wasn't just decorative; you could eat it, but it made it decorative. And of course, we've eaten off of that. That goes to salads and everything else. So it's not like it went to waste. But I thought that was a really interesting choice for a centerpiece because most people don't think that they're going to be grabbing, real fresh Parmesan on a tray like that. It's really flavorful.
It's kind of like a salty, crumbly cheese. That's why it's important to me to have sweet on the board.
Yeah, and so everybody was going crazy over that. It's interesting that they didn't recognize that it was Parmesan.
It says it on the back of it if you actually look at the wheel. Like it's from a big wheel of cheese.
Maybe we need to put a flag in that too.
We will. That's easy. That's easy enough.
Yeah.
All right. So going forward, I will say this for anybody who's asked, because more than one person asked on our Facebook and Instagram pages. I will share, if you want me to, going forward, how I make a board. But I'll promise you this: every time I do it, it's a little different. There are some people who do these sort of things for a living. Like if you have that business or you have a restaurant and a board is something that you offer, you have a system. You know that this goes here and this goes there, and you can make that board in 6 minutes. I'm not that way. I do it based on what I shopped for, what I happen to have. There are times when I have pretzels that are breadsticks standing up in a cup. That's nice for height and giving the board dimension. I didn't have that this time. So every time I do one, it's a little different. And the reason I find it easy is because food is beautiful.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, it is.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.